Valentine's Week, we're talking about ways to bring couples closer together, and our next guest has a pretty unique way of doing that. He's the author of a book called Back Together, Hands-On Healing for Couples. He also has a new DVD out called Back Together as well. Please welcome Dr. Andrew Kirschner. Thank you so much for being here. And so you came up with a concept to actually help couples alleviate each other's pain and increase their intimacy.
Exactly. I had couples that I was dealing with in my practice where, you know, one of the members of the couple was in pain. They'd come home from work at the end of the day and they'd be all grumpy and ready to, you know,
of course,
just beat up on their partner. So I thought, rather than have them come into my office to help them with their back pain, why not give them some simple things that they could do at home to help each other?
Okay, and you brought a couple with you. Of course, we have Danielle and Monterrey. Thank you guys so much for being here. How has this helped you physically and your relationship? Monterrey, you first.
Well, physically, I'm constantly on my feet of my occupation, and when I come home, you know, I'm like tensed and, you know, overworked. So we do a couple of on-hands techniques and it loosens me right up, and it kind of helps us get into the mood a little bit. So.
Nice. Okay, family show, but I know where you're going. Danielle, how has it helped you?
Well, it's good to have my husband able to work on my back. I just had a baby, so carrying him around.
This is why everyone is mad at you right now. This little woman, I don't know if you can see how little she is, but just had a baby 6 months ago, right?
Yes.
And so a lot of times that creates some lower back pain as you're nursing and carrying the baby.
Definitely.
All right, well, let's see some of the techniques that you guys use. And we'll have Monterrey. He'll lay down and show us. Now, what's the first technique that you recommend?
Well, these three techniques together are really good for helping to loosen up the back. This first one is just a simple lumbar release. I recommend this one to everyone because it's easy to do. Actually, they're all easy to do, but this one's particularly easy. And what Danielle is doing, she's got her hands on the large muscles of the back. Her hands are not actually pressing on the center of the spine.
Right on the side of the spine.
On the side muscles. You never want to push down on these bumps that you feel in the middle of the spine. Those are called the spinous processes. You want to miss those altogether. Bad things happen if you push on that.
Yeah.
But she's just pressing through.
How much pressure are you adding there? Is it light to medium? Is it heavy?
For this, it's really communication. You have to go with what's comfortable. You know.
How does that feel, Monterey?
It feels pretty good. It's a little harder, but
showing off on camera now.
I love that. So this is something. Do you have to have one of these tables at home in order to do these?
No, we tell people you can do this on a carpeted floor, on a yoga mat. A lot of people have yoga mats now. More people are actually buying massage tables too because they're getting massages and people like their own table. But you can do this really
at home
anywhere.
On the floor, you're okay.
You don't want to do it on a bed because it's too soft and it gives too much and you can actually cause problems that way.
Next exercise.
Second one is a simple technique called the sacral rock, and the sacral rock is nice. It's one of the fundamental techniques of osteopathic medicine, which is what I do. And it's a simple technique that helps to mobilize the sacrum, get things moving at the end of a long day when you're stiff and feeling a little bit tight. This will help to loosen things up. It has, I want to slow that down a little bit. It has the added benefit when you're doing it on women. It actually helps with menstrual pain also.
Interesting. So so it's right there in the middle of the back, or do you go all the way around?
You go right onto the broad, flat part of the tailbone, the sacrum. When you're feeling around, you can actually feel there's like a wide, flat bone right at the bottom of the spine, and you want to put your hand right on there and just rock back and forth. You can do it with your partner's breathing. You can do it however is comfortable. And again, there's communication has to be the big thing here.
Gotcha. What's the final exercise that people can do at home?
Is the easiest of the three. And if you've done these other two techniques, this is just a nice way to kind of wrap it up. This is a leg circle technique.
All right.
And what she's doing here is Danielle is moving Monterey's knees through a small circle.
And you have to breathe, Monterey. Don't forget to breathe. All right.
I always forget to breathe on TV. I don't know why. But you're going to go through small circles, and as he starts to loosen up, she can make the circles bigger and bigger until knees are even close to the chest.
I can see how that would totally just loosen your back and make you feel ready.
It does, and that combination of the three at the end of a long day when you're just feeling really tense, it makes you feel better. You'll be nicer to your spouse, nicer to your partner. It's just a great way to end the day.
Every night, a few nights a week, whenever they need it.
Again, it's really what you feel like you need, and that's where another place where communication matters.
Dr. Andrew Kirschner, called Back Together is the name of the book. Back Together is the name of the DVD. Helping couples, hands-on healing.